Sightings of big black cats, often referred to as panthers or black panthers, in the United Kingdom are a topic of great interest and mystery. These reports have been a part of British folklore for centuries, with the most recent surge in sightings occurring since the 1970s. However, it's important to note that there is no definitive evidence of a breeding population of big cats in the UK, and the majority of these sightings remain unexplained. Here are some notable sightings and encounters of big black cats in the UK wild. The Beast of Bodmin Moor. This is perhaps the most famous and well-documented case of a big black cat in the UK. Reports of a large, black cat-like creature on Bodmin Moor in Cornwall date back to the 1970s. The sightings were so frequent and convincing that the British Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food conducted an investigation in 1995, but no conclusive evidence was found. The Surrey puma. In the late 1960s and early 1970s, there were numerous reports of a large cat, often described as puma-like, in the area around Surrey and Hampshire. The creature was said to have been responsible for the deaths of livestock, and there were several sightings by credible witnesses. The Hertfordshire black cat. In the 1980s, there were several sightings of a large black cat in the countryside around Hertfordshire. One particularly famous sighting was by a police officer who reported seeing a large, black cat-like creature while on duty. The Aylesbury panther. Reports of a big black cat in the Aylesbury area of Buckinghamshire began in the late 1990s and continued into the early 2000s. There were several sightings, including one by a local farmer who reported seeing a large, black cat in his fields. The Scottish big cats. Scotland has also had its share of big cat sightings, with reports of black panthers or pumas in various parts of the country, including the Highlands and the Borders. The most famous case is perhaps the Beast of Galloway, which was said to be responsible for the deaths of several sheep in the area in the late 1990s. The Essex lion. In 2012, a flurry of media attention was generated by reports of a lion on the loose in Essex. The sighting was never confirmed, and the story was eventually debunked, but it highlighted the enduring fascination with big cat sightings in the UK. The Gloucestershire beast. There have been numerous reports of a large black cat in the Gloucestershire area, with sightings dating back to the 1980s. Some witnesses have described the creature as being larger than a domestic cat, with a long tail and a puma-like appearance. The Leicestershire panther. In the 1990s and early 2000s, there were several sightings of a large black cat in the Leicestershire area. One witness reported seeing a cat that was bigger than a Labrador, and big black cat sightings can vary. They continue to be reported across the UK. Here are some additional sightings and encounters, including more recent ones. The Exmoor beast. Reports of a large black cat in the Exmoor National Park in Devon and Somerset date back to the 1980s. The creature, often referred to as the Exmoor beast, has been blamed for the deaths of livestock and has been sighted by numerous people, including hunters and farmers. The Kent puma. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, there were several sightings of a large cat in the Kent area, with descriptions ranging from a puma to a panther. These sightings were particularly notable due to the proximity to urban areas, suggesting that the creature might be adapting to living closer to human settlements. The Lincolnshire black cat. Reports of a large black cat in Lincolnshire have been ongoing for decades. In 2019, there was a notable sighting near the village of Bicker, where a large black cat was seen by several people, including a local farmer. The Warwickshire panther. In 2018, there were reports of a large black cat in the countryside around Warwickshire. A farmer reported seeing a big black cat that was bigger than a Labrador near his livestock. The Ceredigion puma. In 2020, there were reports of a large cat-like creature in the Ceredigion area of Wales. The creature, described as being black and puma-like, was seen by several people in the countryside. The Northumberland black cat. In 2017, there were reports of a large black cat in the Northumberland area. A local resident reported seeing a big black cat while walking in the countryside, and there have been other similar sightings in the area over the years. The Isle of Wight panther. In 2016, there were reports of a large black cat on the Isle of Wight. A local resident reported seeing a panther-like creature in the countryside, and there have been other sightings of a large black cat on the island over the years.